Hi, my name is Richie. Today I'm going to be demonstrating my C++ 3D Engine's scripting capabilities for animation. So I'll get into the code first and then we'll do the demonstration of the actual application at the end. The way I chose to do this was implementing a command interface object, which is sort of the generic command that all the other commands will inherit off of. And so from this, we kind of have like an update function that gets called every frame, an initialize function that's on initialize, something to check if it's been done or if it has been initialized. And then there are specific, these ones get overridden by the implemented commands rather. And these are where the actual like moving or rotating and stuff like that are done in these two, the updating and initializing. So we'll go to an example here. Let's look at my move to timed command. This command will take the start position where the object is when this command gets initialized, and the destination that you specify in the Lua script, and then how long you want that travel time to take. So if we actually look at this command, when it gets created, this will get called by the Lua script. We can set up some variables from the script, and then once this command gets initialized, which can occur either like at the very beginning or if it's in a serial uh, command list, it'll be, oh, I'll go back real quick. I have the ability to add parallel and serial commands to any command. So you can have 10 commands acting at the same time, and then like another command that goes after that, which could have 10 more commands as part of its list of parallel commands. So you can see how you can build animations on top of animation. Uh, Sorry about that. So back to the movement, we have the ability to slowly like ease the movement in and ease it out. And that's using a parametric blend. And we have a little bit of debug rendering just to kind of see where it's going when we are in debug mode. Just going into the Lua stuff here, I have all the static functions for creating commands and adding parallel commands, serial commands, etc. I'll go into the move to time command. So this is what the Lua script will call when I try and create a move to time command. We get the game object from the script, and then we initialize a command object and set up the variables, and then in the script we actually assign the object, or we assign this command object to the game object. And we'll take a look at that when we get to the script. In the game object itself, it'll handle its own scripts. We have initializing scripts and updating scripts, which are called every frame. And initializing scripts are called just once when we initialize an object. The commands is the same thing. We initialize them and then we update them every frame. And so the command, if it exists and it's not done, we'll go into an update, which I showed you already. You can just quickly go back. This would be an example of an update. Sorry, this is the actual update where we call the object, like the command's own override update, and then we check for parallel commands. And if all the parallel commands are done and the original command's done, then we go and check for serial commands. And if there are, we initialize them, and then we start running those. And we keep doing that, and then those will call their own updates, etc., etc. So you can see how the animations can kind of build off each other. I'll go into the Lua script now. This one's the easier to kind of understand of the two. So in this script, I have at the top, I just get the XYZ position of the object. It's not necessary, but something I can do with the scripts. The script is for the green ship. There's two ships. There'll be a green and a blue one. This is the green one, which is going to follow the blue ship for a little, about 55 seconds here, and it's going to be following at a speed of 5 units per second with a minimum distance of 2. That's how, like, at most it'll be 2 units away at any time, and then a maximum distance of 5. So if it's farther than 5 units away, it's going to be moving at the max speed, which is 5 units a second, and it's just going to be trying to go to the exact position of that object. This here is the offset, so if I wanted to move to like 2 units above that object, I could. And then I have a command to just set position. So after it's been following for 55 seconds, we're just going to set the position to 35 units above origin. And this is how I can add serial commands. So after this follow command is done, set two command is going to get run. And then I can create a command called a wait command, which will just make the object do nothing for 5 seconds. And I have that as a serial command to the set position. So after we set the position, we wait for 5 seconds. And then I have this command to just set the visibility of the object. And that's just going to set it to be invisible after the waiting 5 seconds has occurred. And this is where I set the objects command in the script here, so that the game object can take care of itself. And now the more complicated script of the two. This is for the blue ship. So I have it set up with some parallel commands where it's gonna move just in a straight line to this position over 10 seconds. It's gonna ease in and ease out. And at the same time, it's gonna be rotating to negative 90 degrees on the y-axis. And that's gonna ease in and ease out the rotation. Those are happening at the same time. So they're parallel command. And then we're going to be moving along a mathematical curve, like a Bezier curve. And that's going to take about 20 seconds. And we're also going to be rotating at the same time, but the rotation is only going to take 15 seconds. So it'll finish this rotation before it's done movement. And it's going to stay and like finish the movement before it goes on to the next command. Because this is dependent on curve 2, which is the longer of these two in the parallel series here. And now this third kind of step would be, it's just going to rotate without easing. So it's just going to be like a constant motion from start to finish. It's going to rotate back to its normal rotation. And that's going to be after the curved motion command. And then we're going to move along another curve, and that's going to be without easing in and out. And that's going to be over 20 seconds. And then that's going to be after the rotate without easing. And then we'll just wait 10 seconds. And then we're going to move in a straight line and rotate. But then whilst the movement is still happening, I have another serial command, but the serial command is dependent on the parallel command of this movement. So you see these two are parallel, move 5 and rotate 5 are parallel here. But this one only takes 2.5 seconds, whereas the movement command is going to be 10 seconds. So we're going to be rotating really quickly, and then we're going to rotate the other way while still moving. And that other rotation is going to take about 5 seconds. So it should also end before this movement is done. Okay, now I'm going to run the demo. Visual Studio has to check these files even though I haven't edited them. There we go. Okay, we see that the object is following, and this guy is slowly easing into its animation. So that's the green ship there, have it following along with the blue ship. And now this is the mathematical curve. I have the debug rendering I can show. The point there, where those two, the blue and the yellow line, is the start. The purple and the blue line is the test point, and the purple and the yellow line is the ending point. As you saw, the rotation finished before it got to the end. Now this is the no easing rotation, and then this is the no easing Bezier curve. This one's really large. And that green ship's just following along, staying at most 2 units away, or at least, sorry. Okay, now it's going to wait, and then it got set position over here to origin 35 units up, and then it should turn invisible. Yep. And then this guy should start moving and rotating. And then once he's done rotating, he's going to rotate the other way, and he's still moving. And he's just going to slide right all the way to his finished position. Alright, and that's all I have for this quick little demo. As you can see, there's the ability to stack the animations in parallel or series. And you can have multiple series commands and parallel commands on all sorts of different types of animation. Thank you for watching.